Here's something I would like you to consider when building something new, starting with the design and the actual placement of the building on the property as it relates to the shadows from the sun. And what we're looking at here would be basically a winter shadow, and in the winter the sun is going to be lower and in the sky. So basically, since it's lower, it will create a longer shadow. That kind of makes sense. You could just grab a flashlight and position the flashlight about 2 feet off of the ground towards a box, see what the shadow is going to be like, and then move it about 6 feet and shine it towards the box, and you would pretty much get the effect of the winter and summer. In the summer, the sun is going to be higher, providing us with smaller shadows, as you can see here. So this is something that can create problems for the property. I just did a video on, someone asked me a question. They were, why is my sidewalk black and slippery all the time? And a lot of times it's because the sidewalk is in the shade for most of the day or all day long. And these problems will occur. So if you can actually do something about it, then you do something about it. If you're working, with 1 acre of land and you have to put, 500 apartments in there, you're not going to be able to do much. But if you're working with a single building or a couple of buildings, you might be able to move the buildings around and end up, or eliminate some of these shadows from affecting your property in a negative way. Here's basically a morning shadow. The program I have on my computer allows me to make different time and months adjustments on it to provide different shadows. And here, this would be an evening shadow. And this is just the back of a building to give you an idea how much of an area a certain building could actually project a shadow. And this is just a different view of it, maybe an evening view of the shadow. Now this is actually a couple of buildings to give you an idea how much of an area sometimes 2 buildings can shade. And you'd be surprised at, you build the project, you're done, and you're going to plant a really nice garden in the backyard, but there's a shadow there for 3/4 of the day. This isn't going to work, and this is kind of what I'm referring to. Now here's a couple of buildings, or one large building in a different shape, kind of an L shape, and you can see how much shade this thing puts off. So, reason why I made the video was just to inform the average do-it-yourselfer, someone who's planning on building a custom house. Most professionals know about shadows and try to use them to their advantage if possible. And again, that is the key to this video. The information is here, but it's not going to apply, or you might not be able to use it all the time. But if you can, then use it. Position the buildings, your garages, barns, whatever on the property to take advantage of the shadows. Just don't build something and, hey, this is how I'm going to build it here, and then find out later you got shade, over your garden area, and this isn't what you wanted, and then you think, God, all I had to do was move the building over 10 feet, and I would have had everything perfect.